Stronger With You, Intensely, Freeze, Leather, Absolutely, Only, Oud, Amber, Tobacco and Parfum. That's 8 years of Stronger With You fragrances. Which one is the best? Finally, put them all against each other and I will compare them, rank them and share which one is my favorite. I want to start out by saying that this is the toughest comparison and battle I've done so far. So the question is, which Stronger With You is the best? So let's start with the original. It's got a spicy but smooth opening. An aromatic heart brings it a bit of freshness, but the dry down is the start of it all with that signature Stronger With You vanilla together with a sweet kind of nuttiness to it. To me, the core of it, what I call that sort of a signature Stronger With You DNA, is that vanilla together with an aromatic touch, which we can find pretty much across the range. The original stands out with how balanced it is. And together with Freeze, Only and Amber, it's one of the more versatile ones in the line. I think the original is often overlooked among all the flankers, but it's still a great scent and I absolutely love using the OG for layering, where it pretty much makes any combo smell even better. Stronger With You Intensely is also built around that core of vanilla with an aromatic heart, but to me it has a richer, warmer and more intense dose of spiciness with cinnamon, and it's more intensely sweet. It's not as smooth as the original, it's definitely not as balanced as the original, and it doesn't have that nuttiness of the original, and it has better performance. Intensely is indeed intense. It's one of the most youthful scents in the line, and it stands out with its warmth, intense spiciness and intense sweetness. Stronger With You Freeze is basically Stronger With You signature vanilla in an aromatic and citrusy fresh blend with a bit of fruitiness. A citrusy fresh opening that's also aromatic and fruity in a smooth way, with a vanillic and woody dry down that's a bit sweet. Not sure why it was discontinued, because that opening alone is a gorgeous one. And to me it stands out with its kind of unique combo of freshness, fruitiness and vanilla. It doesn't have the same kind of performance as some of the others, but the longevity is surprisingly good. Next up we have Stronger With You Leather, which keeps that signature vanillic and aromatic core and blends it with leather. The leather here is of the mass appealing kind, and the vanilla lavender combo makes this quite an easy to wear kind of leather. Vanilla and smooth leather with an aromatic and woody touch. What makes it stand out in the line and among leather focused fragrances is really that combination of that Stronger With You DNA and a very smooth leather. Out of all the leather focused fragrances I have, this is one of the most mass appealing ones. It's also one of my most complimented Stronger With Yous, and it's got solid performance. Moving on to Stronger With You Absolutely. It's basically a woody and boozy version of the original, with the original's fantastic nutty scent to it. Vanilla woodiness and booziness with an aromatic heart, and the whole thing is incredibly smooth and slightly sweet. Absolutely is the more mature, darker and definitely sexier version of Stronger With You. And to me it stands out thanks to its incredibly sexy combo of that core Stronger With You scent and its booziness. Solid performance. Moving on to the second sort of a fresh take on Stronger With You, this is Only, which is basically a toned down version of the core Stronger With You vanilla and aromatic combo with a bit of citrusy freshness. I do think it smells good, but I also think it's a bit underwhelming. Comparing Only to the other fresh Stronger With You Freeze, I definitely prefer Freeze, which I think has more layers and nuances to it, and which I also think is overall a more exciting scent. They strip too much in Only, and I don't think this is an exciting take on that Stronger With You DNA. Performance is also the weakest out of them all. Stronger With You Oud is pretty much all about vanilla and oud that's brightened up by the freshness of lavender. The oud here is of the mass appealing kind. There's absolutely nothing funky, raw or too intense about the oud in Stronger With You Oud, and the vanilla makes the whole thing even more likable. I love the contrast that the lavender brings, and I do think this is a gorgeous scent. Oud purists will most likely find Stronger With You Oud to be an incredibly boring oud, but I absolutely love how incredibly wearable this one is. It does have the DNA of the original, but I do find it to be toned down in Stronger With You Oud and more focused on vanilla and oud. Stronger With You Amber is indeed intensely amber, and it's basically a fragrance where you get a mix of slightly warm amber and vanilla with a gorgeous dose of lavender, bringing it a bit of contrast. I love the scent of well-made lavender, and I do think the combo of vanilla and amber stands out thanks to the lavender. And I do think it shines the stronger that lavender gets. I feel the DNA of the original is even more toned down in amber than in Stronger With You Oud, so you're getting less of the original in this. Stronger With You Tobacco is to me a mix of that core DNA with vanilla and an aromatic side, but it opens up intensely spicy and dries out to a sweet tobacco with vanilla. The more it dries down, the smokier and ambery it gets. This is tobacco, but like the rest in the line, is done in a very mass appealing way. It pushes tobacco to the front, but it's well made, quite balanced and very likable. Stronger With You Tobacco to me could almost be described like a mix of the original Absolutely and Parfum's de Molly Herod. Stronger With You Tobacco Tobacco and Absolutely are the two in the line I feel have the most nuances and layers to them. This is an exciting scent, and even though it feels like a mix of different strong wood use, and even though it gives me Herod vibes, I do feel it has a bit of uniqueness to it. Strong With You Parfum is almost like a mix of the original and Absolutely, but with an added dose of soft leather to it. You can clearly feel that classic Strong With You DNA in it, but it's darker, warmer, and that soft leather it has does make it a bit different. To me, it's like a mix of different Strong With Yous, but without something that makes it stand out like some of the rest. Which in a way could be good for someone who wants a Strong With You that smells good, but that doesn't push too far into any specific direction. Solid performance. So I'm not going to go into detail about the usage of each fragrance, but here are my thoughts on the sort of a primary seasons for them all. With the exception of some, I do think a lot can be enjoyed throughout the year since they are quite well balanced. I do enjoy most of them throughout the year, but some less than others during summer. The two fresher ones are obviously more for summer, and out of the others, I do feel that the original and amber are some of the most versatile ones. With the exception of Freeze and Only, I do feel that most of them has sort of a similar performance, and the performance overall is quite good. Now I'm gonna rank them and share why I rank them this way. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this was insanely tough. This is an incredible line, and just because I rank one higher than the other doesn't mean the other one is far behind. With one exception, my least favorite Stronger With You is without a single doubt Stronger With You Only. It smells good, but I don't think it stands out, and I think they stripped away too much. This is easily my least favorite. After that comes Freeze. I actually really like it, and it would be so cool to see another fresh take on Stronger With You. Please Armani, introduce another freshie in the line, but so far I do enjoy the others more. Now it got a lot harder to decide, and I kept going back and forth, and it did take me quite some time to decide. And I do want to say that I'm primarily going by how they make me feel. I would love to know how you would rank the Stronger With Yous, so make sure you comment. The Parfum is the next, and I know this will piss off a lot of people, but I do think that Stronger With You Parfum is a mishmash of different Stronger With Yous without something that makes it stand out. Don't get me wrong, it smells really good, but I do need to rank these, and it's definitely not my favorite. I had a hard time choosing one over the other, so in shared 6th place comes Oud and Amber. There's something quite addictive about Stronger With You Oud, and I love how Stronger With You Amber's ambery and aromatic combo pops off my skin. Next up we have the OG. It's a great scent, very balanced, and I will always keep on using it for layering. I actually ranked it below Oud and Amber at first, but moved it up because of how balanced it is. It's underrated within line and still a banger. Now is when things got really hard, but I'm putting the favorite of many, Stronger With You Intensely, in 4th place. I know this is blasphemy to some. It's a great scent and it's a fantastic compliment getter, but I do enjoy the others more. In 3rd place we have Stronger With You Leather. This is leather done in such a mass appealing and sexy way. It quickly went on to become one of the top compliment getters in the line, and I think it's wicked. The battle for 1st place was a tough one. I went back and forth between Stronger With You Absolutely, which has always been one of my favorites, and Stronger With You Tobacco. Both are to me addictive and extremely well made, and there's something intoxicating about Stronger With You Tobacco. But I do think Absolutely barely edges it out for 1st place. To me, it's slightly more addictive, and it's a compliment monster that I absolutely love wearing. And to me, Stronger With You Absolutely is the best Stronger With You. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this Stronger With You battle. Now I would absolutely love to know how you would rank these and which Stronger With You think is the best, so comment. Like and subscribe for more, and make sure you check out my other Stronger With You videos over there, and I'll see you in the next one.